This is James Luxon, and I'm delighted to join with Big Mo. Cody, how are you, sir?
I'm good, James. Good to see you again. I'll just compliment you. Looking trim, looking fit. I know you're behind the camera, but if y'all could turn around and see him, my guy's losing some weight here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Cody. We're back in Manchester again. Last time it was electrifying for the first fight. We've been back again since with Savannah Marshall and Franchon Chris Return. Back again for the rematch. What is it about Manchester that you like personally?
Well, this time about Manchester, I like that the sun's out. But I love Manchester. London's probably my favorite. Bournemouth holds a special place in my heart. But the bigger shows that I've done have been in Manchester. Smith Eubank won. Obviously, Marshall Cruz deserves, so I've been here a lot. And I like it. I'm learning Manchester a little bit, learning a little bit more about the city, so I'm having a good time.
I mentioned obviously the rematch. Liam Smith, Chris Eubank Jr. Last time, I think it was a bit of a shock that it went so early. Eubank was known for having tough and a good chin and strong, and no one expected him to be stopped, especially not in round 4. What was it from your perspective, sat ringside? Did you expect that? What was the crowd like when that happened?
So it was electric. I remember during the introductions and the ring walks, and obviously I care about the energy and the atmosphere. I remember it was insane. And I remember sitting down, and it was crammed ringside because you had so many people there for Liam. I think you also had a lot of people there to watch, hopefully, Chris lose, right? I'm sure a lot of people bought a ticket for that reason, but it was crammed ringside. And the first 3 rounds were pretty active, so everyone was kind of, rising up, lifting up a little bit. And then the smothering happened and the knockdown in the corner happened. I remember people were shaking the barricades. People were trying to come over. It was an unbelievable atmosphere. And that's, like I said, that's my goal. That's what I focus on. So hopefully now we can double down and have it be even better this weekend.
What do you expect the atmosphere to be like this time around? We're rerunning it. Is it going to be the same again on par? Are we going to beat that last time?
My goal is to beat it. My goal is to have it be even louder, even more electric. I think it's going to be. Liam's walking second this time. Obviously, he won the first fight. I think Chris has gotten a lot of people on his side during this build-up. I've loved watching Chris during this build-up. It seems like he's really kind of gone back to the drawing board and fixed some stuff up. So I think a lot of people are curious about how it's going to go, and I have a good feeling about Saturday. I think it's going to be electric.
You mentioned Chris and his approach heading into this fight. He's changed his training camp. He's brought in Eubank, obviously a big success with Terence Crawford against Errol Spence Jr. We know what Eubank's about, but have they had long enough together to change Chris?
It depends. It depends how coachable Chris has been, and Eubank is saying that he has been, which is amazing. I think, look, I come from a sports background. I obviously don't come from a boxing background, but I understand the relationship between a coach and an athlete or a player or a boxer, and that chemistry is really important. And it's not necessarily that I don't think that Chris and Roy Jones had that chemistry. I'm just not sure it was the right fit. So I think that Eubank comes from, and Chris talked about it in the build-up, Eubank comes with an infrastructure, he comes with a team, he comes with a system. When it was Roy, it was just Roy. Now, that may work for some people, but I think Chris is going to benefit from having that unit, that collective unit around him. And I think it's going to work. I mean, obviously Chris is Chris, and he comes with a big personality, so maybe I'm being sold, I don't know. But from what I can see, I think Chris seems really, really focused. I was talking to Cal about it. I was talking to some members of Chris teams about it. They said that Chris is really focused right now. He's really got his ducks in a row in terms of focus. So I think that's going to create a new version of Chris Eubank that we haven't seen before.
You've been around sports for a long time, and you know what it's like to win, but you know what it's like to lose as well. Yeah. Chris is heading back into a place where he lost, against a fighter that he lost to. What will his mindset and mentality be heading into this fight?
One of my favorite stories in sports is when someone comes after a loss, when a team comes after a loss, whatever it may be, because you get humbled a little bit. Doesn't matter if you lost before, if you're undefeated or whatever. When you lose, it takes something out of you. You go, man, I'm not as good as I thought. I'm not as focused as I thought. And you have to regroup a little bit. Now, some people go, you know what? It was a fluke. Lightning struck. I'm not going to change what I want to do. I'm going to go in with the same approach, and that should be enough. Some people go, wow, I lost. I got to reset now. I got to change some things up. I don't know what Chris is going to do. I like to believe that he's going to come in with something new. He's going to come in with something different. He's going to come in with a different style. And we're going to see if that works any better for him this time around.
In terms of Liam Smith, does he need to change anything?
I mean, off the last performance, I would say no. But Liam Smith is a consummate professional, and he's always learning. He's talked about that. He's no matter what stage he's been on, he's fought Canelo, he's fought Chris, he's been a world champion. It doesn't matter. He's always learning and he's always adapting. So I don't think he's going to come in the exact same fighter. I think he got caught with the uppercut a few times like Chris last time. I'm sure he's going to be kind of focusing maybe on keeping that guard a little bit more square because Chris broke that guard a few times last time. But as a general rule, when you win in the fourth round by knockout, I wouldn't change that much. So I think we're going to see a little bit of something new from Liam Smith, but I don't know what.
And just finally, we mentioned it a little bit earlier, it's your job, you're the ringmaster, you've got to cheer up the crowd.
Yes.
How much do you love doing that and hearing the reception back when you are doing this?
I love it. If you see me during the show, I'm smiling, I'm laughing, I'm having a good time, because that's what it's about. Listen, we've said it before, boxing is expensive, right? We got people paying thousands of dollars for tickets. We got people paying just to watch it on TV. We have international syndication that was paid for and things like that. These people deserve a show. They deserve a level of entertainment. And if I can do that, if I can help play my role, my one role in this team, in this collective unit of putting on a good broadcast, then we're going to have a good show. I talked to Matt Macklin. I talked to Andy Clark. They have their role. I talked to Anna Woolhouse. She has her role. Johnny Nelson, the cameramen, the producers, the whatever. We all have our role in putting on this show. And the role is to support the sport that's going on in the ring, the pure entertainment that's going on in the ring. So if we all play our role, if we all drive a little bit of excitement, we have a great night. The amount of people that I've seen comment, man, last time in January was the best atmosphere I've ever seen. That makes me happy. That means that I'm doing a good job, that I'm spending time focusing on what I have to do. So now my challenge is to beat it, to give you all a better show than we did last time, and I promise you I'm going to do that.
Big Mo, we look forward to it. Thank you very much for your time as always.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys follow Slothbox, one of the hardest working people in this game right now. Like I said, I met him in Poland, did my first interview with him in Poland. I'd love to see him again, although he's looking a little bit more trim right now. But make sure you follow Slothbox, follow myself, follow Boxer, follow Sky Sports, and I will see you guys on Saturday.